I'm Dr. Suyash Nawal. I'm going to speak on V nodes in gynecology. Just now we listened to a very nice lecture on incisions and sutures. What if we wanted to do all gynec surgeries without making an incision at all? Is it possible? Let me introduce you to transvaginal laparoscopy in gynecology. It is a very innovative and new concept. It is the next level of minimally invasive gynec surgery. From laparoscopic surgery, we are moving to node surgery. So V nodes is nothing but transvaginal laparoscopy in short. Wait, what? Is it possible to do laparoscopy transvaginally? See, vaginal route has been the oldest route. Since past 120 years, it has been practiced. Only when abdominal hysterectomy was introduced in 1930s. And then we moved on to reducing the size of incision by doing laparoscopic hysterectomy, which was performed by the great Harry Risch in 1988. Because of laparoscopic hysterectomy in vogue, vaginal hysterectomy has kind of fallen into sidelines. Of the total number of hysterectomies, less than 20% hysterectomies are being conducted vaginally. In spite of all the guidelines, whether it is Cochrane, ACOG, or even our Indian experts like Shirish Sheth recommending that vaginal route should be the preferred route whenever possible. Why we move to laparoscopy and why we love laparoscopy so much? I think it is because of the vision, the great vision of high definition cameras, magnified vision, and the space that we are provided to operate. We now are so used to laparoscopy. So why not bring the best of both worlds? Why not bring the advantages of laparoscopy to vaginal surgery and retain the advantages of vaginal surgery? That is nothing but V nodes. Sounds like a good idea. What is the evidence? Now there is level 1B evidence in favor of V nodes. There has been a randomized control trial comparing V nodes hysterectomy to total laparoscopic hysterectomy that resulted in shorter operating times, shorter hospitalization, quicker discharges, less pain score, less use of analgesics, and lesser complication and absolutely no scars, obviously, by V nodes compared to laparoscopy. We started doing V node surgery since 23rd March 2019. We have done some 76 cases by V nodes. And additional benefits that we found were we could do V node surgery with lesser pneumoperitoneal pressure compared to laparoscopy, that is by about 10 to 12 mm of Hg. The requirement of head low is reduced. And the pulmonary compliance of the patient is better. We have been underestimating the possibilities with natural orifice. There are many. We can do almost 90% of gynecological surgeries by natural orifice in this manner. One would argue that what is the size of the scar of laparoscopy? It is hardly anything. But I'm yet to see a woman who wants scars, no matter how small they are. So what is the benefit of V nodes over vaginal surgery? We are doing vaginal hysterectomies. But then why the numbers of vaginal hysterectomies are so low? Why especially the newer generation finds vaginal hysterectomy to be more difficult? Okay, in simpler cases we can do vaginal surgery, but what about the difficult cases? So in terms of narrow vagina, high apex, adnexal surgery, when there is need of magnification and space, which are considered as the relative contraindications for vaginal surgery, V nodes can play an important role in these areas. We published our technique of V nodes hysterectomy in Journal of Minimally Invasive Gynecology and presented the same thing in AAGL in 2019. I'll quickly show you the technique.
ATRIM stands for Aided by Transcervical Instrumental Uterine Manipulation. This was a case of 44-year-old female suffering from menorrhagia since 5 years. Ultrasonography suggested multiple fibroid uterus. Initial steps of vaginal hysterectomy were performed by circumcising incision on vagina, opening of posterior and anterior pouch, followed by coagulation and division of uterosacral ligaments. Apart from standard laparoscopy instruments.
So up to the opening of the vagina and cutting of uterosacrals, we follow the same steps as that of conventional vaginal hysterectomy. After that, we put in something known as wound protector, and then we will be using this surgical glove to create airtight pneumoperitoneum.
A wound retractor and surgical glove were used. The flexible ring of the wound retractor was passed transvaginally and placed just above the colpotomy. This was followed by fitting of the surgical glove onto the rigid ring of the wound retractor. Then a 10 mm and 3 5 mm trocars were placed through the fingers of the glove. And thus, pneumovagina and pneumoperitoneum were created. The cervix was visualized and a laparoscopy instrument was passed transcervically into the uterus. This instrument was used to manipulate the uterus. Initially, the uterus was pushed inside and deflected to the right side. This exposed all the uterine attachments on the left side. The dissection was begun with the help of a vessel sealing device. This particular manipulation technique exposes all the uterine attachments. This entire surgery was performed by pure vaginal nose approach and no abdominal incision was made. Both the broad ligament leaves were dissected with the help of divergent action of the laparoscopy instrument, and the cardinal ligament and the uterine vessels were isolated. This was followed by coagulation and division of the uterine vessels. Here again can be seen that by manipulation and pushing and deflecting the uterus, the uterine attachments of the left side are well exposed. And the surgery is continued under full vision and control of the surgeon. The left ovarian ligament, round ligament and fallopian tube were coagulated and divided.
The orientation to anatomy is reversed compared to laparoscopy.
In similar fashion, the uterus was pushed inside and deflected to the left side to expose all the uterine attachments of the right side. The same steps of surgery were performed on the right side. This particular manipulation technique gives a fixation to the uterus that prevents any unintentional rotation of the uterus and twisting of its pedicles. It deflects the uterus from all the important structures and thus preventing any inadvertent damage from the coagulating instrument. And thus, hysterectomy was completed and the uterus was kept inside the abdomen. Bilateral salpingectomy was performed with the help of vessel sealing device, and the fallopian tubes were brought out through the wound retractor into the glove port for removal later on. Here it can be seen that by V-Note's approach, the ureters can be identified very well. The right ureter is depicted here by blue color. The left ureter is depicted here by the blue color. The hemostasis was confirmed in the end of the surgery and uterus was removed through the wound retractor and delivered transvaginally with the help of vaginal morcellation using a surgical knife. Vagina was closed with polygalactin 1,0. Blood loss was about 25 ml and duration of surgery was 84 minutes. Thus, V-Note's approach provides good vision and space to perform hysterectomy. Transcervical placement of an instrument for manipulation gives a leverage for good exposure of all uterine attachments and deflects uterus away from important structures. It prevents unintentional rotation of the uterus and its attachments. This technique frees the second hand of surgeon that can be used for retraction of important structures. This is a feasible and safe technique.
I have many more videos, but due to lack of time, in similar fashion, if we go through posterior fornix, adnexal surgeries, ovarian cystectomies, ectopic surgeries, salpingo-oophorectomies can be conducted, and we even did 2 myomectomies by transvaginal laparoscopy in similar manner. What are the contraindications? I think as of today, malignancy, any kind, severe endometriosis, and obliterated POD are relative contraindications. What are the limitations? The space and the triangulation that we get compared to laparoscopy is less in V-Notes. If at all any intraoperative complication occurs, then probably we have to convert it to laparoscopy. Management by V-Notes may be difficult. And more training is required. International Note Society has been formed to form a formal V-Notes training programs. They have been started in Europe and USA, and we will be bringing it shortly in India. So in conclusion, V-Notes is the new advanced approach in minimally invasive gynecology. It is a true scarless surgery. It has potential to increase the vaginal surgeries, that is the goal. It may become the most preferred approach in gynecology in future. It is a gift for women. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for